I think I qualify for an NIW, but I don't have enough citations. This is one of the most common concerns I hear from researchers, especially early career scientists, applied researchers, industry researchers, and interdisciplinary scholars. And here's what I want to say right away. Low citation counts do not automatically disqualify you from an NIW. But this is critical. A poorly argued petition will fail, even if the research itself is strong. I see many NIW petitions that should have been approved, at least on paper, but weren't. And most of the time, it's not because the researcher wasn't impressive. It's because the petition over-relied on citations, undersold the other forms of impact, or failed to clearly argue why the work matters to the United States. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through the most common NIW mistakes I see in researcher cases and show you how researchers with modest citation numbers can still build strong, defensible NIW petitions. Mistake number one is treating citations as the entire case. This is the biggest mistake I see, not just with petitioners, but many law firms who don't think outside of the box. Many researchers believe if I don't have high citation numbers, my case is weak. But that's not how the NIW framework works. Citations are one indicator of influence, but they are not the legal standard. What USCIS actually cares about is whether your work has prospective national importance and whether you are well positioned to advance that work. A researcher with applied research, industry collaboration, government funding, policy relevance, or technology adoption may be just as strong or stronger than someone with higher citation counts. The mistake isn't lower citations, the mistake is failing to explain impact beyond citations. Mistake number two, the proposed endeavor is too broad or includes too much. Yes, that can happen. Another common issue for researchers is that the proposed endeavor is described too broadly or too abstractly. So for example, I will continue working as a researcher at XYZ laboratory. That's really broad. Or I will continue working as a researcher at XYZ laboratory and teaching at the university. This is not the right way to do it, and I'll explain why. USCIS does not approve the endeavors with broad strokes or based on your occupation alone. They are evaluating specific endeavors with identifiable US benefits. A strong NIW petition answers, what problem are you solving? Who benefits from this work in the United States? Why does it matter now? And why are you uniquely positioned to do it? This is especially important for researchers with fewer citations because clarity replaces volume. Mistake number three is weak future impact claims without supporting evidence. Many petitions rely on aspirational language. This research could revolutionize the field. This work may lead to future breakthroughs. But USCIS doesn't approve potential alone. They want evidence that your future impact is credible and grounded in reality. For researchers with lower citation counts, this evidence may include grant funding or peer-reviewed awards, industry or government collaborations, letters from independent experts explaining how the work is used, adoption of methods, databases, or tools, influence on standard, policy, or applied systems. The key is this: you don't need massive citations. You need believable, credible evidence. Mistake number four is when the evidence exists but isn't doing the work you need it to. This one is subtle but deadly. Many researcher petitions actually include strong evidence, but it's poorly explained, poorly contextualized, or buried in exhibits with no clear narrative. USCIS officers are not subject matter experts in your field. If the officer has to interpret technical data, guess why something matters, or connect the dots themselves, you've already lost ground. And as a former litigator, I think a little bit differently about NIW petitions. Every exhibit must support a legal conclusion. Every piece of evidence must be explained in plain language. The petition must guide the officer to the outcome. This matters even more when citation numbers are modest. Mistake number five is poor editing and disorganized submissions. This may sound minor, but it is not. Inconsistencies, typos, or copy-paste errors do real damage. Why? Because USCIS doesn't see them as small mistakes. They see them as credibility issues and distractions. Disorganized or sloppy submissions increase RFEs, misunderstandings, and denials that are harder to fix later. For researchers already worried about metrics like citations, credibility becomes even more important. Mistake number 6 is not preparing a case for scrutiny or defense. Many NIW petitions are written to not survive scrutiny, and that's a huge mistake. A strong NIW petition anticipates RFEs, notices of intent to deny, and even denials. The officer is the judge and the jury. The petition is your opening argument and your closing, and the record must stand on its own. You should provide a legal brief with legal arguments to preserve the record in the event of a denial. This is how lower citation cases win, by being better argued, not louder. And this is the exact kind of issue that I review in my free case evaluations. Not just whether someone technically qualifies for an NIW, but whether their impact is being framed correctly, their evidence is doing the legal work, and their case can withstand scrutiny. If you're unsure whether your citation profile is actually a problem or whether your case just needs better positioning, that's what these case evaluations are designed to clarify. You can request one using the link in the description right below. NIW cases are not checklist exercises. They are legal arguments. A strong NIW petition tells a clear, persuasive story, explains impact in real-world terms, and shows why this researcher and this work matters to the United States. Here's a key takeaway I want you to remember. A well-prepared NIW petition doesn't ask USCIS to assume impact. It proves it, even without perfect metrics. Many NIW denials are preventable. They don't happen because the researcher lacked talent. They happen because the case wasn't presented clearly, strategically, or persuasively enough. If you're also wondering whether it makes sense to apply now or wait, especially if you're still building citations, I recommend watching the next video. Apply for a US visa now or wait. In that video, I explain how timing and preparation intersect and how waiting strategically can sometimes strengthen a case instead of hurting it. I'll see you there.